We want to go back to that breaking news out of Ukraine. This morning, we did tell you at the top of the hour now that we know at least 39 civilians have been killed and dozens more injured in an airstrike at a train station in Ukraine. This is in the eastern part of the country. Thousands of people were at the train station trying to evacuate the war zone. There were announcements that that evacuation was imminent and that people should immediately flee the Donbas region. Joining us right now, we're very grateful to have our next guest, Lesia Vasylenko. She is joining us. She's a Ukrainian parliament member. First of all, thank you so much for being with us. What is your reaction to this latest attack?
Thank you. This morning I was shocked at the attack. Just last night I was tweeting about that very train station, and that there were people who were gathering at the train station hoping to get the next train out from the east of Ukraine and into safety towards the west, as intelligence reports were coming in that the Russians were regrouping and preparing to attack and besiege towns in the eastern parts of Ukraine. So it was only natural for people to try to flee and for the Ukrainian authorities to try to organize the evacuations. And this morning I woke up with the news that a missile hit that train station full of people. And you're showing that missile just now, and the white writing on that missile actually says in Russian, "За детей," which is for the children, which doesn't make sense in any normal person's mind. Like, why would you write that on a missile, on a weapon of mass destruction that is causing so much suffering to civilians? And second is that you're hitting civilians with it. You're hitting a train station full of mothers with the very same children who are trying to flee to safety because your army, your Russian army, is advancing on, again, a peaceful nation who has no intention of fighting or invading anyone, and who's just wanting to live in freedom and in independence. And, you know, all of this together just is completely mind-blowing. And I don't understand why would they be doing that. They're not attacking soldiers, the Russians. They are attacking women and children, like the ones you're seeing in the footage that is being shown right now.
Can you just, for our audience, I just want to make sure they didn't miss what you said. You said that you could read the Russian writing on the missile, and it said what about children?
It says for the children, as in like we're fighting for the children, you know, za детей. And it's Russian, it's not Ukrainian. So it's definitely whatever lies they're trying to tell now that it's a Ukrainian missile, the writing is in Russian. Wow. So come on, and how cynical have you got to be to put that on a weapon of destruction for the children?
Right. What do you think should be done? I mean, clearly every kind of sanction has been imposed on Russia by the West, by the United States. I know that there's been so many pleas for more weaponry for Ukrainians, but it's very challenging when scenes like this are shown. Obviously, there was some warning that these missile strikes were going to happen in the east. That's why all these people were leaving. But what more could we have done to possibly prevent something like this from happening?
Well, the only thing to prevent is to stop Putin's aggression and to stop the Russian armies from advancing. And unfortunately, Ukraine cannot do it on its own. So we really need...
I think I got you back.
Yeah, I'm back. So what we really need is to have troops on the ground fighting there with us, shoulder to shoulder. And the sooner it can be done, the sooner the Russian aggression can be stopped, the sooner the whole world can go back to normal and not, think about the millions of deaths, the casualties, the destruction, and just the sheer devastation of war. And the West is sort of, America included, I'm sorry to say this, but being very wary around the whole situation and hoping that it will blow off and that Ukraine will be able to withstand all of this on our own. But unfortunately, we've been at it for 8 years, and in the last 44 days, the situation has escalated to absolutely unthinkable and unprecedented levels, and we do need the help. And the only thing that can stop this aggression is actually a counterforce to it that is greater than whatever Putin has. And that counterforce should be a united effort of all the international community pulled together. Because I'm sorry, we're seeing bodies now. This is the footage from Bucha, a city just 30 kilometers off from Kiev. And 90% of those bodies were killed by bullets shot by Russian soldiers into the bodies of Ukrainian civilians, unarmed men and women. This is a deliberate action. This is not something that is just a mishap of war. But Russia is now targeting simple, normal civilian people who just want to live in peace.
Lesia,
and they will continue.
You are obviously impassioned, and you should be. I don't want to leave you without this last question, and it's the mothers who are writing the contact information on their babies, on their small children, in cases that they might be separated. Is this something that is widespread? I saw this on social media, and I had to ask you.
Yes, mothers are doing that. And if you show the footage from the Kramatorsk train station, you can see exactly why, because it's a mess, it's a chaos. It's very easy for children to get lost. So this is a desperate measure. I wouldn't like to go through this myself, and I wouldn't wish it on any child, because you can just imagine the trauma of having your mummy write the contact details just in case you get lost in a place you don't know and full of people you don't know, and with gunshots in the background and with sirens in the background. I mean, the devastation is there, just and for the whole world to see. And what we are asking is for the whole world to actually start acting.
Lesia, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.